everybody, I'm Dallene and I would like to welcome you to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making Smokey Corn Chowder. So our ingredients that we need today, we need milk, and I have about 8 potatoes. There's like 4 medium and like 4 small. So, and then I have bacon. I have a package of frozen corn. This is just a 1 pound, a 16 ounce. And I have crushed red peppers, flakes, paprika, and some dried chives. And then I have some flour. It can be self-rising or the all-purpose, either one would be fine. This one's the self-rising. And then I have salt and pepper. I have half of a very big onion. Big onion. I have 1 stick of butter. And I'm only going to use about 2 garlic cloves. You can use the dried, your little container of garlic salt. Garlic salt or garlic powder will do fine. Or if you don't like garlic, you can just leave it out. But I'm just going to use 2. And I have 2 celery stalks. And then I have my own chicken broth. This is very condensed, and I will be mixing mine with water. Now you guys only need like say 2 cans, 2 16-ounce cans of chicken broth, or a 32-ounce, like a box, the little box that you can get of chicken broth. So 2 cans of chicken broth or 1 32-ounce box of chicken broth. So just to make sure y'all know that. So the first thing I'm going to do is get me some water in my pan just to boil for my potatoes in. I'm going to put this on the burner, turn it on high, put a little salt in it. Okay. And that'll get going for my potatoes. And I'm going to put some bacon in real quick, because the bacon and the potatoes are what we will be waiting on most of the time. I have real thick bacon right now, so it's going to take a while to cook. And I want to get it going. Then regular bacon will be just fine. Any kind of bacon's fine. If you don't have bacon, it's alright. It just won't have that smoky flavor. And that's why we call it Smokey Corn Chowder. I'm going to put about 4 pieces in here. And I think that will probably be good. Maybe 5. I'll put 1 more if I can get it to fit. Anytime I'm dealing with meat, that's what I do. So, 1 moment. Okay, so my bacon's gonna get hot. I'm turning my bacon. It's on medium heat, and my water's getting hot. I'm going to put my milk, my frozen corn, and my bacon back up now, because we won't need them just yet. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to work on now is the potatoes. So the bacon and the potatoes are going to be what takes the most time. So, I guess that's good. And my peeler. My favorite peeler. Just peel all these potatoes. Now, I won't make y'all watch all of this. I'll just peel a little bit real quick and then I'll stop the camera. Okay, everybody. I had to turn my bacon down a little bit. It's trying to cook pretty quick, a little too fast. So, I got some of my potatoes peeled. I have the fat bacon, so it's going to take a little while to cook. But I still have to turn it down. Anytime you cook bacon, it's best to cook it on one side. Cook it on low heat, or medium low. And let it cook on one side before you turn it on the other side. That will keep it from shrinking so much. You know how bacon just kind of really shrinks. So, I want it to cook slow. But we have plenty of time for that to cook. Clean up on this. For my husband in the compost. I do need my board again in just a moment. I'm going to rinse my potatoes off. And I'm just going to cut these into some little squares, chunks. I'll show you about how big. Some of them can be a little smaller and some a little bigger. It doesn't matter too much. You do want some of them to be big because you don't want all of your potatoes to get too soft and fall apart. So it's okay for some of them to, because that'll make it thicker, your soup. I'll show you in just a second. Kind of like this. I don't know if you can really tell exactly how big. Kind of like that. Just a little. They're all about like that. Oops. A couple of them are a little bit smaller. A couple of them might be a pinch bigger. But about like that. So. Corn chowder is good though. If you like potato soup or if you like corn, you're going to love this. It's a wonderful, wonderful soup to make, especially when it's chilly outside. So, or any time of year really. I mean, I just enjoy soups. I love soups. Like I say, I like most food. I like all food. I like all food. I sure do. I'm going to try to make a lot of different soups and put a lot out for y'all. I really do know a lot of good soups. I love it. Love it. I already did my broccoli cheddar cheese soup, and it turned out really good. And I hope that y'all tried it and y'all like it. I'll be putting out my homemade vegetable soup and potato soup and chili and split pea soup and tomato bisque, pinto beans. I have so many. I love them. I love them. So I'll get them all out there. I hope that y'all like them. Try them. Some of my bacon might be ready to turn over. Check my bacon. Like I say, I like to try to keep it on one side. I'll turn it up just a little bit. It's doing pretty good. I'll keep it up on one side. I'm gonna let them brown real good on one side. And then when they get done on that side, then I'll turn them over. It just keeps them from shrinking so much. But my bacon is the fatty bacon. It's doing pretty good. It's doing pretty good. So I finished up the potatoes, cutting them up. My bacon is cooking pretty good now. And my water's come to a boil. I can turn over my bacon, some of my bacon. Some of it. Not all of it. Your thinner bacon will cook a lot quicker for y'all. It would already be done a little while back. This one's not ready, not quite. Okay. Yeah, see, some of them I could turn over, but not all of them. Okay. Now my potatoes, I'm going to rinse off. It's always good to rinse them again. I rinse them a couple of times. It gets all the corn, all the starchy stuff out of the potatoes. Rinses them, makes them look nice. But you want to get as much of that starchiness kind of stuff off of them. Okay, that's pretty good. Oops. I lost a potato. Okay. Now if you rinse them like that and you get the starch stuff off of them, that's the same thing like with beans. When you make white beans or pinto beans or something, you need to rinse them. It gets some of that starchiness out of them, and that's the stuff that gives you gas. You want to rinse them. It's always good to rinse them. So that, got my potatoes ready, got them all rinsed up good. Look at that. So I'm going to do my onion first. I just spilled salt. I just spilled salt, y'all. Anybody got it? Anybody got those weird beliefs? Spill salt, shake some over it, put it over your shoulder so you have good luck. You don't want bad luck. I don't know. I just did it anyway. Because I don't want no bad luck. I don't want no bad luck. Right? Okay. That one's done. That one's turned back over perfect. That one. There we go. So I got one or two of them that still need to cook a little bit more. On the wrong side of the pan, I guess. Flip it over here. This side's cooking quicker. That side's cooking a lot quicker. Okay. I'll get these out in just a second. Get me a plate. So my potatoes, I meant to put them in the water. I set them over there. Okay. Don't let them flop on you. The water's hot. Don't let it go in the grease either. Okay. So we'll let our potatoes cook. And get to the onion first. The bacon's got to come out. Most of it looks pretty good. This one right here, that one's just going to take a while. A little bit longer. Now that it's the only one in the pan, it'll probably start cooking quicker. So, it's turned to medium low. See how my camera is. I think that's alright. Pretty good size onion. Okay, so I'm just going to chop it into a decent size, like diced. I like to do it like that. I slice it all like that, and then I turn it and go ahead and do the other side the same way. I have a really sharp knife, so I do have to be careful. I like this knife. I got this one. I got a chef knife and other stuff, but I don't ever use that. I like this one. Perfect. I don't like a knife that's too big and all. This is just perfect for me. This one. And that was a good size onion. That was plenty. That was a big old onion. I did go ahead and do these. I need to wash these off. I cut the top and bottom off of it already and cleaned it up, but if they were real dirty or coming out of the garden or something like that, then I'd really wash them pretty good. Okay, so I'm just gonna lay these down like this. This one's got a spot on it. Don't look so great. Don't know how that'll be. Cut that piece off, just to make it look pretty for now. And I'm just going to slice them. And I'll show you how thick in a minute. Whew, that one cooked. Too much. Turn that heat back down. Whew. So you're doubly done. said cook them on slow, but after they get to going, when you don't have as much bacon in the pan, that grease gets hotter. So if you've only got a couple in there, it just does. It gets hotter. Look how fast that is cooking now. That one is really cooking quick since there's not much in there and it's getting so hot. It gets hot all by itself. Even if you don't change the temperature, somehow when you just have a few things in your skillet, especially the cast iron skillets. Look how fast that one cooked. See? That one, I gotta get this off the burner. Because it'll get hot just like that. Sitting right there, it'll get hot real quick. I always use 2 pot holders when you're doing cast iron skillets. These things are hot. Very, very hot. That's tripped over my carpet. And I'll just sit that right there for now. The water's not boiling too much. If it was boiling, spitting out, I wouldn't have it near this grease. That's not too good. So I've got my bacon over here. It's all done. Finish this. Turned off my burner. We need that grease to cool off now because I'll still be using that skillet. Okay. Get all my celery into this bowl. Real quick. I cut off the top and the bottom just a little bit, and then it helps me to peel off that paper. That it's like real thin. It's almost like paper. It's the peeling, but it is like a real thin paper. So if I can get it off, sometimes it's kind of hard to get that off. It kind of just won't stick on there. So for anybody that's new to cooking, you take off that little bit of paper, peeling paper, it looks like paper. It's just real thin stuff on the outside of it. And then I smush it. I always tell y'all that. I take my handle and I smush it because it loosens it up. It just kind of, the inside of it, oh, that's a hard one. Yeah, if I was going to go slice it, it takes a good, you have to slice it real little. And by doing this, it's easier to slice it. And this thing is hard. It'd be even harder than if I was cutting it. You can have a, I forgot what it's called, garlic press. I don't have one. I manage. I may get one someday. If I see one, I may actually just go buy me one and see how it works. I'm sure they're fine. I just haven't never bought me one. But so it's sliced really good that way. Now that's just little bitty pieces. I do that because I don't want to bite into a big old piece of garlic. I love garlic, but I like a little piece. I mean, yeah. And it gets into the flavor better. Flavors your food better, that's this way. And I'm going to put that in a little bowl. My potatoes are over there cooking away. Says it wasn't much garlic, but I'll tell you, it'll give it the flavor that we need. It'll be just fine. Now you can add extra. Like when I go to taste it later, if I feel like it needs a little more, I'll just put a little garlic salt in it. That's why I say taste of your foods. It's always good to taste your food. See if you like it the way that it is. Yeah, that was brown. So. I need a trash can. And my potato peelings and any kind of scrap food I keep for my husband. He puts it out for the garden. He puts it in a compost. And compost, when you save up all your food scraps and you kind of like turn it and it helps you to have good dirt. You put it in with some dirt and soil and some leaves, dried leaves and stuff, and you turn it and it turns into dirt. It really does. Takes a long time, but you got to do that. But it gives you the best soil for your gardens. It really is good. So that's why I do that. And I'm going to move this back over there now. I'm hoping it's cooling up pretty good. I'm going to keep that pot holder on it because I don't want to accidentally pick it up. That thing, that'd be terrible. It will fry your hand. Okay, potatoes are getting tender. They're like halfway there. And this is pretty hot. I'm going to drain out part of my grease. Actually, I'll spoon it out. I'm going to spoon out part of this bacon grease because I don't want this much in my pan. I would pour it, but I'm afraid I'd make a mess. Now when you make yours, your bacon may not give you as much. Let's see. Put a little bitty bit back in. Not sure if I need it. I doubt y'all can see that. It's like 2 tablespoons now down in it. Whew. And I'm going to put it back on the burner. The burner's off right now. And I took out a bunch of bacon grease. Now I may put a little bitty bit back in it. The drippings give it a really good flavor. So I'll just set that over there for now. And I'm going to go ahead and put my onions in it. And I'm sure it's not too hot. Turn it back down on medium. And get my onions cooking in it. So it's just like sauteing, except that you're doing it in the bacon grease, bacon drippings. So do that. Got it on medium. Yeah, I don't want to make it too hot. These are cooking pretty good. Cook it till your potatoes get tender. You don't want your potatoes to just fall apart. You want the inside to be tender too, but not all the way cooked right now. And they will kind of continue cooking for the rest of this process too, so I won't really let them cook too much longer. I need my onions to cook, to saute, and then I'll put the garlic in it, and then the celery. In just a moment, and actually I think I'll go ahead because they kind of take about the same amount of time. The garlic won't, but the celery will. Celery takes a little while. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. And yes, I do want some more of my drippings. Okay. I could tell more after I put it in here. Because I do have quite a bit of onion and celery. So I think what I'll do is twice what you saw. So about 4 tablespoons. Okay. So I wanted to make sure you guys could actually see this cooking, sauteing. I gotta turn it back down a little bit now. I wanted it to get warm so it didn't take so long, but see, cooking in that. That is doing wonderful. It's doing really quick. I'm gonna go ahead, I think, and put my garlic in. Just a second. Let the celery cook just a little bit more. I'm going to put some salt and pepper in here. It looks like a lot, but when we get it all in the soup, it'll all blend in really good. Okay, let's go ahead and put the garlic in. I think that'll be fine. And I'm going to put a little bit of my paprika. Just a smidgen. I don't really have to put too much right now. Just a little bit of that right now. Okay, what I'm going to put in is the crushed red pepper. Crushed red pepper. That'll give it a little bitty bit of heat. If you don't like anything hot or spicy, don't put it in. I didn't put a whole lot. If you can see that. I didn't put a whole lot, but it's all on top. See the little red pepper flakes? So. And you can smell it. It smells good. If you don't like the red peppers, don't put them in. The celery's getting tender. The onion's already ready. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Ooh, that's going to be good. And celery needs to get tender, but it'll get a little bit more tender when it's cooking some more with the soup as well. And yet it might have a little bit of a crunch to it, but it'll be done. Should be done. Yeah. Oh, that's going to be good. And my potatoes are probably done. Them down. I got them down on medium now. My potatoes, I think they're done. I think they're done. I don't want them to cook too much. You put your fork on it and kind of smush into it just to see that it broke in half. See, I don't want them to cook anymore. Not right now. So, I'm going to take them off the burner. Let them sit. They need to cool a minute. I don't want them to turn into mush. So they were just soft enough. Some of them will get really soft and help make the soup a little bit thicker, and that's fine. But I want some potatoes still chunky in there. I like that. Oh, this looks good. This is good. Yum. All right. That is gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this into my potatoes. Actually, I think I'm gonna pour it in another bowl first. Find a bowl. Here we go. Now I'm not putting all that grease in there right now, so I'm kind of just a little bit kind of keeping it in the pan and just getting the onions and celery out and stuff. But some can come out. It's going to come out in the food. It's in the onions and the celery. I'm just not putting that extra. I don't want too much. It gives it the wonderful smoky flavor from the bacon drippings. And my garlic. See that? Set that right there. Let this cool for just a minute. Turn that down some. I want my pan to cool off just a minute. I'm going to get my corn. Okay, y'all, I had to find my corn. And I need a knife. Put this back on that burner. And now I'm going to add another spoon to this. I'm not quite sure how much I need to add to it. I think that's probably good. I added another, what, maybe one. I took a little bit back out, so. And I'm going to turn it not on yet. It's not a real big bag of corn. It's 1 pound, so it is 16 ounces. That's 1 pound of corn, and the frozen corn. Now, if you have fresh corn, you could do that. I thought about it. But I'm going to use my frozen, and my frozen got what do you call it? Thawed out and then froze again. So anyway, it's got some water in it. So that's why I didn't want that grease popping, okay? If you have, your frozen corn is gonna have water. So it can be very, very dangerous, okay? Make sure that grease is way cooled down, okay? It will pop everywhere. It will burn you. It would be terrible, okay? Make sure your grease, your bacon drippings, the temperature's down. So then you can put your corn in there, okay? If you had fresh corn, it wouldn't pop so bad, but I would still have it turned down. I'm going to go ahead and turn it up now because it has the corn in it, and it'll gradually, you know, come up to fry some of that corn. And I need some of this water, maybe to evaporate out of it. I wish that my corn was not one big chunk, but it is. Thaw out. There we go. And I want it to turn to mush, so I'm just going to let it warm up. That's ready now, and all I can do is wait on this. Actually, I can tear up my bacon. While I'm waiting on my corn to get warm, I'll just tear it into pieces. We'll be needing it a little later. So, but it's going to take a little bit. I'll have to turn the corn a few times probably. I'm not going to take the spoon and scrape it though. I don't want my corn to turn mushy. You know, I want it to be nice, pretty corn. And so this is what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. So I'll turn the camera off in just a moment, and I'm gonna have greasy fingers. So I can't touch the camera not till I wash my hands again. Turn that up just a little bit without touching it. Get my bacon all done. I really hope y'all enjoy this when I get done. I know my family's going to. I'm going to. I do enjoy cooking. I really do. I'm going to like getting all my soups out there for y'all to try. I love soups. And I have a lot of casseroles that I was just thinking about earlier today, and I was like, I need to get some casseroles out there. Different vegetable meals as well. So I'll be doing that. And I turned my corn up a little bit. It's on medium now. It's trying. Your bacon will come apart quicker because you probably won't have this big pieces. Some of it's fall apart pretty good. There it goes. You hear that? Whew. And I got messy fingers. I need to turn it over. I'm washing my hands. I'll be back there in a second. Okay. 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 Hopefully your corn won't be all in one piece. Mine was. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't want to scrape it, but I'm going to have some of my water, some of this water in this corn evaporate. It'll evaporate out, and it's going to do just fine. I can tell it is. It'll evaporate the water out, and then the corn will soak up some of the oil, and I'm going to have to put more in it. I can tell too. But I want this water to evaporate out first. So I'm going to be working with that and the bacon for just a minute. But if y'all have the same problem, at least y'all know what to do. So maybe that's a good thing. I'll keep turning it. Let that ice melt. I'll turn it up just a little bit because I'm standing right here with it. But some bags of corn are prettier than others. Yeah. Well, but yeah, if y'all have this problem, this is what you do. If you have a lot of water in your corn, see that's coming apart now. And I will just let it evaporate that water out of it. Just do that. It's not too bad. I'll just keep turning it. Eventually it'll quit turning and it will fall apart. See that water that's in there? I may have to actually dump some of that water out. I want my my corn to cook in the oil a little bit. So yeah, I'll probably dump this water out after this melts. I should have done that in the sink. Oh well. I melt this way. So you could, if yours was like this, you could end up, you could put it in a colander and run hot water over that bag of frozen corn, and that would get all that water off of there. That would have taken care of it. Just rinse it over hot water, and then you could have just put your corn in here. So I learned something real quick too. So I'm gonna have to dump this water out, meaning that I think I'll get my colander. Because I don't want to wait for all this to boil out. That'll take a long time. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do, y'all. Okay. Just a moment. Oops. Okay, y'all. So, gotta get my pot holders. For this hot pan. And this thing gets heavy. So I'm gonna put it over here. Now I will be losing some of my bacon grease. I'll just have to put some more back in it. Make sure I've got enough. I got a little bit. Yeah, but I don't want all this water. That on. It didn't go on it, it was going in the sink next to it. But I don't need that on. I don't want to rinse. If it has a little bit of grease or bacon drippings on it, I don't want to get all of it off, but I think I did. I lost most of it. Okay, let's put you back in there. Well, I'm glad I had that much now. I want to get every bit I can get now. There we go. Okay. It's getting hot too. See? Got that water, got that corn. Look at that. Hear the sizzle? Okay. Oh yeah. See them drippings, the bacon drippings. It's going to give that a great flavor. Now hopefully y'all don't have that problem that I did with my corn. Rinse it off first and drain it in the sink if that's the case. And that will save you this problem. And you'll have more flavor in your, more bacon drippings or more flavor in your corn. That is a work. Or I'm glad I had more bacon drippings. I'm so glad. That'd have been terrible. Always rinse your potato peeler off. It protects it, it'll make it last a lot longer. My stove back here is off. I'm just putting that back on it. Potatoes are perfect. Yay! They're not mushy or nothing. They're wonderful. They're good. See, they're good size chunks. Good size chunks. Oh yeah. Let that cook a little bit in there. Oh, that's going to be good. That'll be good. I got it down on medium. I don't want to cook it too fast. And it's getting that good bacon grease drippings into the corn. Kind of like when I made my the southern style green beans. Well, the corn's getting really good flavor in it now. Yay! Yum. I hope y'all like corn. I love corn. I've always loved corn. Let that cook a little more. I'm gonna go ahead and pour my corn, this here into my potatoes, I think. Yeah, okay, we'll go ahead and put this in there. My corn's almost ready. It doesn't really have to cook very long this way. Fry it up. Ooh-wee. You should see the flavor coming out of this, coming out of that. All that flavor coming off the onions and stuff, off the onions and celery. I'm gonna turn that on low. Yeah, low. Oh, now, I wonder if you guys can see. You will in a minute. I'll have to show you in a minute. The corn is kind of browning just a little bit on the bottoms as I stir it. I don't want it to burn, don't want it to stick. I just want it to cook and get the bacon drippings into it, the flavor. Great flavor. You can see little bits of brown getting into it now. I wonder if you can see that. Ooh-wee. Yeah. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Alright. A little bit more. Let them get really tender. And let them get that flavor in. I'm going to get me a little taste of some of them. Let it get, see there's some brown little pieces in there. You can see the corn's changing color a little bit. I don't want it to be too hot. Okay. It's browning. The corn is not done. It's not done. It's going to simmer some too. But it's getting that brown, the drippings into it. That's going to be so good. I'm going to put some salt and pepper in it. Like I said, I know that looks like a lot, but I'm going to get into it. We'll let that be there just a second longer. Just a little bitty bit. Oh, that's going to be great. Just 30 seconds more. This is coming back, getting warmer again. I mean, well, my potato water was already hot still. And so was the other stuff. But I've got it on low. Okay, now you can probably see it's not just yellow anymore. See the brown all in it? Like fried corn. Now they're not cooked all the way yet. Okay? Yum. Okay, now, ooh-wee. I'm going to add some water to this and let them simmer. Let me check my camera. Okay, good. Now, I'm going to measure so you guys know how much I'm using. Measure up. Little bitty bits, a little at a time. And I do mean a little. That first little bit needed to be just a little bit, like 1/4 of a cup. And now I can add it on in. So there's 1 cup. Not sure how much I'm going to add. 1, I think that's enough. 1 and 1 1/4. I think 1 1/4 is good. One and a 1/4. And I'm going to turn this up so that water can get hot. And we're going to let this simmer until that corn is tender. So I'll check it in about maybe 8 minutes. It might be done in 8 minutes, 8 or 10. So that's what I'm going to be waiting on. So back in 8 minutes. Oh, hey y'all. I wanted to come right back to tell you that I turned my potatoes off and I turned my corn down to medium to let it cook for that 8 minutes, and I did put my timer on, and that's just been 1 minute ago. I'm going to work on my bacon, and I'll get y'all back in 7 minutes now, so. Okay, y'all. So, corn is ready, and I let my corn cook for 15 minutes. After I talked with y'all, I put the lid on it and I let it cook down on, I had it on medium heat, and I let it cook with the lid on it for 15 minutes. I did check it at 8, wasn't good enough. I had to let it cook longer to get tender. And I noticed that my battery looks like it's died, so I'm hoping that you guys didn't miss anything. I don't think you did. So anyway, my corn, remember I put some water into it, and I think I put 1 1/4 cups, that's what it was. I put that in it, and I let it soak all that water up. It simmered on medium heat, and it ended up being 15 minutes. So, anyway, my potatoes are ready. This is off now. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on into my potatoes. Ooh, I'm just going to pour it all in there, y'all. That corn. Guess I should have showed y'all. I'll show you. Now, there it is. It's just got all that corn. It browned and it soaked all that water up, so now it's tender. Now I'll put it on this burner. and get it stirred up. And it's just about to come together, y'all. Okay, so now I am going to put, some butter and some chicken broth. I think the first thing I'll do is put my chicken broth in there. Now, remember, you guys are going to be putting about 2 cans of chicken broth or 132 ounce box of chicken broth. I have my own homemade chicken broth, and I'm not gonna, it's already melted. It's good enough. I don't want to put too much stuff. Mine's very condensed. I did show you in a couple of recipes now how you can just have your own chicken broth and then just keep it condensed so you can keep it in the fridge or in the freezer, and then you just add water to it. Put a little more. That might be enough. I'll taste it. But mine is very condensed. But it will be equivalent to y'all's 2 cans or your box, 32 ounce box. I'm going to peek at my camera now. Okay, good. Alright, now, ooh, that's looking good. I'm going to turn this down to medium, and I need to put a little bit of flour. Now, if you don't have flour, you could probably put cornstarch, and I'm wondering if I should do that instead. But anyway, I told y'all flour, so I'm going to put, I think, 2 tablespoons. I don't know what y'all can see. Yeah, y'all can see it. Okay, so I'm just getting the 2 tablespoons of flour in here. And I'm putting mine in a coffee cup because I like to stir it into it. I'll show you. I'm going to put 2 because I may not want more than that. That's hot. I'm going to put about a 1/4 cup. A 1/4 cup. That's about a 1/4. And a fork. Now, I did a 1/4 cup, and I just stir it in the cup first to dissolve that flour real good. Now, I could have made a roux in my pan here, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and add it to my soup. It's a lot easier, and if I have to use my whisk, I will. But I'm not doing a whole lot of flour, so I think it'll be fine. It's only 2 tablespoons, so I just stirred it up, just mixed it up. You'll see when you make yours, it just mixes up really good. It's not clumpy or anything, it's just mixed up perfect. So, and I didn't want to put the flour in the hot soup because then the flour would clump up. You can't just put it right down in it. It'll be chunky, like dumplings. You don't want that. You don't want no dumplings right now. So that's why I did it this way. So when I pour it in here, it's gonna blend. You know, because I mixed it with the cold water. Mix it with cold water. Or some dishes you can do it with milk. But so I did it with the cold water. This is just now bringing it back up to the heat, and I'm gonna pour it in. I might do it again. It depends on how thick that I want it. And I just keep stirring it. There's no clumpiness at all. That's going to be great. I think I will put a little bit more because it's real thin. Real thin. That will cook and thicken up, but I'm going to put some more. 1, 2. And I'll put another 1/4 cup of water. I don't want to be adding a lot of water though at this point, but I have to in order to do this flour because it has to be in cold water. Like I said, or else it would get super thick. Yeah, it's slightly thickened up, just slightly. Just not enough. I put a lot of water in this pan to start with earlier. So now I put 8 cups of water in here earlier, and I think y'all would do good to probably only put about 5 or 6, because you're putting your water in with your canned chicken broth. And I didn't add no more water just now. So yeah. So when you go to cook your potatoes, yeah, do it with 5 or 6 cans of water. 5 or 6 cups of water. So when you start out with your potatoes, put them in here, put 5 or 6 cups of water in it to bring it to a boil and put your potatoes in, because you don't want it to be too watery. Because you will be adding your 2 cans of chicken broth. Unless you just like it to be thin. I'm going to go ahead and put this in again. Stir it up. It's coming, getting warm now. But that flour has to thicken a little bit. Alright. Let that get warm. Clean up my mess. Let that get warmer. I'm going to go ahead and put sorry, I'm going to start out with a 1/4, I think. So, 2 tablespoons right now of butter that I'm going to put in. That may be all I'll put in. So, 2 tablespoons. I do like it to have the creaminess of the butter. I'll bring it up just a little bit. Let it get hot here. Get hotter. I'll get my milk out. Oh, I was shaking my milk. It's been sitting. Alrighty. I turned it up, so I gotta really watch it. Okay, I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, y'all. So, my soup has cooked for just a little while, sitting here on a medium low, and it got a little bit thicker. had to have my camera off for just a minute. And it's that flour kind of cooked in it a little bit. So it's good. Now, what I'm going to do is put some milk in. Now, I had another milk in the fridge already I need to use before I use that other. I poured my big gallon into a little little one to fit in the fridge. So I have to use this one before I use my big gallon. Anyway, so I'm going to taste of my soup. That's what I'm going to do. I tell y'all to do that, so. Okay. I'm going to put in at least one more. Two more. Okay. 2 more scoops, pieces of butter. Now, 1, 2, yeah. Okay. Butter. I guess it matters. Just put it in there. Put it in there. Start. I'll make a mess. Okay. Let that butter melt. Then I'll put my milk in. Okay? Alright. It's melting. Yum. Now right now, that's what you can see. More of a brownish kind of soup. And now I'm going to pour some milk in. 1 cup. And we shall see. I'm pretty sure I put at least another cup. Oh, that's good. That's hot. Okay. I'm going to put another cup. And I don't have a whole cup. Not here. At least I got to finish that one off. Okay, so 2 cups of milk, y'all. That's heavy. Alright. Yeah. Excellent. Okay. There we go. Wonderful. Taste it. There you go. Smoky Corn Chowder. And it's getting hot. And it's spicy. Just a little bit. Some people like it like that, like it real spicy. I don't like it too spicy. I don't like it too spicy. Now, that is good. Y'all are gonna like that. Yay. Yay. Smoky Corn Chowder. There's another thing that I would like to share with y'all. I think that you guys will like it just like this. But I have another way that I do sometimes in some of my soups. Like if I want something thicker, some people like your soups really liquidy. Others like it thick. So, and I like it both ways. I really do. This one's real thin like this. I didn't want to put no more flour. I've already put 4 tablespoons of flour in it. It has cooked. It has thickened. It's had time. It's sat here on the medium heat before I put the milk in. That's good though. Now it sat here like that. Always let it cook before you put the milk in. You don't want your milk to scald. You don't want it to cook too long, okay? You can bring it up to where it gets really good and warm, like it is now. I've got it almost on low. It's between medium and low, but it's closer to low. But you don't want milk to cook too long. It can come, bring it up to where it's hot, but don't keep it hot too long. It'll scald it. And then it gives it a nasty flavor. So the secret that I'd like to tell y'all, just to how to kind of thicken it up, and you have potatoes in this, but I wanted my potatoes to stay chunky. I did not want them to cook to turn to mush. There's 2 things you can do with this soup. You can take some of this soup, like a cup worth, mix it with a little cold milk, we already put the milk in, and you can put it in a blender. And then you can pour it back in here and it'll be thicker. Or, another way I like to do to make it thicker, I like to add a little bit of mashed potatoes. We have potato soup in it, and a little flour, so this won't be too potatoey. Now I'm going to add, let me see, sorry about that, and find my half a cup, and I'll add half a cup at a time until it comes kind of to my liking of how thick I want it. Now you guys might like it, you might like it just soupy, just like that. Sometimes soups like that are just perfect. I mean, it's not bad, it's good. I just want to show y'all the secret of how to thicken up your soup a little bit. And I like my soup a little bit thicker. I didn't want no more flour. So, there's a half a cup. And I'm probably going to put a little bitty bit more. I just didn't want no more flour. Get that mashed potatoes cooked in there. And then my potatoes are still nice and chunky. And that's the way I like them. Now, I didn't tell y'all this at the beginning because I didn't plan on putting the mashed potatoes in. But I just kind of figured I'd go ahead and tell y'all how to thicken it up, if you like it thicker. So, but you would only want to do that to this kind of soup or to potato soup. I do that to my potato soup a lot. Kind of just depends on whether I feel like having it be soupy or a little bit thicker. Just a little bit. I just needed to help it out. Now, if you have leftover mashed potatoes, add a little bit to it. And that's already cooked, and it helps you know how much you want in it. Because it doesn't have to really cook. You'd have to just kind of warm it up. You put it in your soup and it will warm it up. So, that's just a little bit thicker. Just a little bit more. And I'll taste it. That was only a half a cup. And I like that better. Now, if you guys happen to put too much water in it, or your chicken broth, or you just felt like it was too much, just add a little bit more. This is good. This is good. My family likes it to be a little thicker. So, oops, I picked up the wrong one. I am going to go ahead and add one more half a cup. And that should be perfect. So 1 cup in mine. 1 cup total. Because I want it to be thicker. I like the mashed potatoes in it because it does have potato base. The soup is. I just like it a lot better than flour, and I didn't want to put more flour. And really, this is easy. Now, I could have cut up a couple more potatoes, and I could have made them thinner, and that would have made the same thing. So it's really up to whatever you have. And whatever you feel like doing. There we go. It's ready. It's ready. Yum. That's all I needed to do. See, I just really wanted to thicken mine up. I like it thicker. I like that. Oh, that looks so good. And it does taste good. It tastes wonderful. Yum. I like the creaminess. Some people like soupy. I like it creamy. And this way I was able to show you all how to do either. Yay! Oh, it looks good. Alright. Alright. I got that mashed potato stuff on the spoon. On the spoon. There we go. Now it doesn't have to cook any longer. I can turn that off. Alright. And that is hot too. But it's good. That is so good. So I only used 1 cup of mashed potatoes to it. If you like a little bit more butter, you can always add another tablespoon of butter. I don't need it because we had so much of the bacon drippings on it. And the flavor, you want that smoke. This is called Smokey Corn Chowder. The bacon drippings that's incorporated into this soup is the smokiness. That's what they call the smokiness. So I'm going to get a bowl and get this all, put in a bowl for me. I sure hope you guys try this now. This looks good. That is perfect. And I'm glad I was able to show you all that about the mashed potatoes. And you can do that with a lot of different soups to thicken them up. You can use flour, you can do, cornstarch, and you can do mashed potatoes. So, doesn't it look good? Yay! Perfect. It's perfect. It tastes so good. I know y'all are gonna like it. Yeah. I know y'all gonna like it. I know y'all gonna like that. Yum. Okay. Let me get a bowl. Okay, y'all. I wanted y'all to be able to see how good this looks. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Potatoes and celery and that corn. It's like fried corn. It gives it a great flavor. That's what gave it the smokiness. That and the bacon drippings. Doesn't that look good? Yum. Whew. It looks so good. I'm so happy. I hope that y'all try this. I hope you like it. Didn't that look good though? Oh my gosh. I get to dig in. And it smells good too. Alright, so let me put my camera back. Okay, y'all. So, I get to dish this up now. Yum. I need a... There we go. That'll be better. Yay! I hope y'all like this. I really do. I know you will. I know you like it. I'm going to go ahead and fix my husband some. He doesn't like his as hot as mine. I like mine nice and hot. Not scorching my mouth, but I like it hot. Yeah. It's got lots of potatoes. Lots of yummy, yummy. Yum. Corn. Oh my, this is great. Yeah. Oops, I almost sloshed it out. I'll let his cool. Put it on there. Oh yeah. Now, I am going to put just a pinch of paprika. Just a little sprinkles on it. If I can get it to get just a little bitty bit. I can't get it. There it goes. Oh my goodness, that's pretty. Yeah. Not too much. Just a little bit. I'll show you. I'll bring it up close. And I have some freeze-dried chives that I want to just put a little bit on. And I'm scared to do it that way. Whew. Oh, that looks so pretty. Yes. Make his real pretty too. Now, that's pretty already, ain't it? It looks good, don't it? Yay! Yay! Now, I get to put a little bit of bacon on top. Just a little bit. Now, you can put as much of it as you want in yours. I'm going to put just a little bit in the middle because I like to just have just a little bit. It gives it a whole different flavor. I've already got a lot of bacon drippings in it, so it doesn't need very much of this. You just cook what you want. You don't have to put bacon in it at all. This gives it that little bit of crunch. Just a little bit, and it gives it a little more the smoky, the bacon flavor right there in the middle. So I made a broccoli cheddar soup. I think it was broccoli cheddar soup, and I put a little bit of bacon on it. Now, you do not stir the bacon into it, and when you go to eat it, eat a little on the outside, eat a little on the inside. You'll get the two different tastes. It really is. It's two totally different tastes. So do it like that. Try it that way. If you like it with the bacon and you want to put it all over it, go for it. I just want a little bit. Oh, yes, it's so pretty. I'll do it for the camera. Yay. Do that crunchiness for the camera. There we go. That's so pretty, y'all. Okay, that's perfect. That's all we needed. Yay! Now look at that. Doesn't that look great? Yay! Smoky corn chowder. Smoky corn chowder with bacon on top. Yeah. Yes. Yes. My spoon. Our Father in heaven, I want to thank you for helping me to make good meals. I thank you, Father, for taking such good care of my family. Thank you for protecting us and keeping evil far away from us. Thank you for my viewers. Thank you for blessing all of us, taking good care of us. We ask you, Father, to help us to stay in your will for our lives. Help us to be the kind of people you want us to be. Father, we thank you for your Son. I thank you for the gifts that you give me, Father. Thank you for everything you give me. Thank you. I ask, Father, that you help us to bless us and nourish my body and anybody else that makes it as well. Thank you, Father, for everything. I pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Okay, yum. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yay. Yay. I'm scared to take this around there. I might spill it. That's the only way I know what the camera's seeing. Oops. Yum. Doesn't that look good? I know what I'll do. I'll lay it down. Oops. Doesn't that look good? Yum. Yummy. I thank y'all for watching with me. Being patient, let me get this cooked. I truly appreciate y'all watching. I'll get that back over there. There we go. Yay. And I get to eat it. Yummy. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Mine's cooled off too. I can eat this real good. Oh, I got a taste of the piece of celery and stuff, and man, talk about flavor. The celery and the corn, it's so pretty. I don't want to mess it up. It is pretty. It looks good, doesn't it? I got a bite with some of the bacon on top. That's so good. The corn, oh, it's wonderful. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like it having a little bit more thickness to it. See, it's still soupy, but it has a little bit of thickness. So, you're welcome to put more flour in yours if you want. But if you happen to have mashed potatoes, you can do that. Or like I said, you can cook. You can cut, when you go to cut up your potatoes, you can cut some of them smaller so they'll cook fast. And then they will be your creaminess. You won't have to have mashed potatoes. It'd be the same thing, equivalent. So you can just do that. So it's good to know that there's different ways of doing things, see? That's what I like to be able to teach people, different ways of doing things. And you can kind of tweak it, make it your way a little bit. Sometimes you won't have all the ingredients to something that you want, but you can change it up. You can still make it work. I like having the bigger potatoes in it. I like that. So I get big bites. My corn, it's got that good taste to it. Oh, y'all gonna like it. That is so good. Yay. My hubby's gonna like it. And it was so pretty with all the different, it's got so many different colors. And then I was able to add more colors on top of it. So, I mean, look at that. That is pretty. That is pretty. This is not messed up. Mine's all messed up now, but it sure tastes good. I don't care now. Mmm. Mmm. I like the creaminess in it. But if I hadn't added the more potatoes, it really depends on what you feel like. Sometimes I like them real soupy, and I would like to put crackers in them. But when it's thicker like this, I really don't need crackers. I could put crackers with this too. But this one's good like this. The soupier, if I'd left it soupier, yeah, I definitely have some crackers. I like that. That's when I really like it to be soupier. I hope y'all like the smoky taste of it. Some people, I don't know, they may or may not. It's different. I love having different kinds of soups. I know so many different soups. Wow. I've got to get them all out there so y'all can try them. Y'all will like it. And it's worth it. I know we had to cut up some different things and had to work with the corn and getting it all into with the bacon drippings. That's what you call it, bacon drippings. It sounds better than grease. But anyway, it's good. But the way it worked out, we didn't use too much or anything, and it's great. I know y'all will like this. I know y'all are gonna like this. Man. God, I just took another bite with some more of that bacon. Oh man, that was good. That is good. That is so good. I can't wait for y'all to try it. Tell me what you think. Let me know if there's changes or something you would like to do. You know, everybody's way is good. There's so many different ways, and you can change things, tweak things up your way. It's always, it's nice. It's very nice to be able to do that. So, y'all please let me know what you think. I hope that you liked it. I hope that y'all check out some of my other videos. I'm making all kinds of different things. I'm telling y'all all these videos I'm making. I'll be making all kinds of main dishes, side dishes, pies, cakes, desserts, everything you think of, salads, everything, soups, lots more soups, casseroles, meat dishes. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for sticking through to the end of this, and I really do appreciate it. I really do. So please, if you like it, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I love getting them. And let me know what you think. Subscribe to my channel. That'll help me out so much. I really, really appreciate that. And yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So, as always, bye. Thank you.